Imahjbeatz on the beat.
We got it covered. Everything sports related. I'ma speak my mind. You can love it or hate it. We got it covered. Everything Lamar. Welcome to RouG. You know who we are. We got it covered. We got it covered.
Oh, yeah. It's about that time. Welcome back to the RouG Pod. It's your man Hendo here. And we are here to talk a little NBA today. I know it's a change from what we normally do, but, we're trying to transition to a sports channel, just not a Baltimore Ravens channel. And if you've been watching basketball, you've seen that my Golden State Warriors took a little beat down. Yeah, and I knew the trolls were going to come out. I knew that there's going to be certain individuals that showed up in here and had something to say. As we have Buck in here, he's a little happy because last night his Phoenix Suns finally beat the Denver Nuggets. I don't think they're going to win the series. They took a game. It maybe take two, quite possibly, but it's nothing real serious. So, Buck, I'm going to let you have your spotlight. I'm going to let you have your time right now, your shine. But we're coming back. Anthony Davis, he had a good game, but as we know, he can never have two of them in a row. Brandon, you think this is funny? It's not funny. It's not. See, and this is the thing. It is the wrong night for them to lose because I didn't even want to do this. Yeah, it's dark. We're in a somber mood. So we're in the dark right now. But somebody else wanted to put together this stream because I guess they wanted to talk about the Lakers winning. They had foresight that they were going to win, and they're not even here. I think that is, I don't know. Listen, I don't know what to say. What's going on, Jose? Lunch break, hot taking house. What's going on? So if you know Jose is here, of course, his brother Brodney is going to be here as well, basking in the glow of his team's win. Listen, I thought that the Lakers may have had a chance to win this game, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't. Man, where do I start? I don't know if I should wait on my co-hosts. They are getting themselves together. This is what happens when you have people that want to try to get set up at the last minute. That's why you always set your streams up a little bit early, just in case you run into some technical difficulties. But first game of the day, we had the Miami Heat playing the New York Knicks. No big surprise. Are we in now? No big surprise. Jimmy Butler played, so we knew the Heat were going to win. New York Knicks just aren't that team. And I think my co-host is ready. Are you ready, co-host?
I think so. Technical difficulties, gang. How's everybody doing? How are you, Hendo?
I'm good.
Good. Your team, did they win? Let me check the final score.
Yeah, Aiden's still soft. Brian, you can get all that you get it all out. You get it all out right now. We still have a game in 2 days. No, it's not. Oh no, they got everything they deserved. They got everything they deserved with the way that they played. No, first, we are not hanging with Hendo. Hanging with Hendo may be a little bit obsolete right now.
Are you sure? I thought we were talking about reinstating something that the people wanted because the people wanted it.
But what if we give the people an alternate?
Right. And I thought my last counter offer to you was until such time as you have formulated a plan for a replacement of Hanging with Hendo, you will continue to stream Hanging with Hendo. And then once you say, oh, we've got a new idea or a new stream that we're going to implement, then Hanging with Hendo would cease. Is that not what we agreed upon?
Yeah, so we have a replacement. The replacement came tonight at 9 p.m., I believe. Was it 8 p.m.? 8 p.m.
Oh, you had to stream on this channel at 8 p.m.? Gosh.
No.
YouTube didn't notify me.
Nope. Brandon Bazell.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if Brandon's in here. If you're in
He
here,
is.
Brandon, are you taking over for Saturday nights?
He is.
Moving forward, is that permanent?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I meant Brandon, the other Brandon.
Yeah, he meant that.
So
Yes,
how
sir.
you about the game?
So for me, listen, it has been this way for a year or so, but I'm starting to get John Harbaugh vibes off of Steve Kerr.
Really?
Yeah, his in-game adjustments, they're just not getting it. I don't know how many times the person has to show you who they really are before you start to believe them. Jordan Poole is not clutch. This game, Looney came in the game. As soon as he came in the game, turned the ball over. He had like 3 turnovers in 4 minutes. The effort's just not lacking. It was one play, I think, in the third quarter where Anthony Davis tipped the ball out of bounds. He was out of bounds, tipped the ball back in, and Looney just stood there and watched the ball. And LeBron James picked it up.
Yeah.
This was a game. This is a game we should have won. I mean, it started off a little slow, and then the Warriors went on a little run. They went up by 11 points. And after they went up by 11 points, I don't know if they got overconfident and felt like this was going.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It felt like this is going to be a repeat of game 2, but they got lackadaisical. And that's when all the turnovers came. The Lakers went on a 30-8 run, and that kind of sealed the game. So for me, it's a little the reason that I'm a little disappointed is LeBron James had 4 points going into the middle of the second quarter. And you had an 11-point lead and you just let it get whittled down. That's when you should have put your foot on their throat and actually took over the game. So once they started turning the ball over, the lead started to dissipate. I think that's when Steve Kerr should have made a change. But as usual, we get nothing from Draymond Green. We didn't even get the rebounds from Kevon Looney like we normally do. JaMychal Green, listen, JaMychal Green, Looney, and Draymond had 7 points combined. Kuminga, Gary Payton Jr., they came off the bench at the end of the fourth quarter and scored more points than them by themselves. So that should tell you a little bit how this game went.
Yeah. As I watched it, I said, oh gosh, this is just a game of like missed opportunity. And I know there's like this narrative going around about AD that like he plays good every other game.
Yeah.
So I guess this was supposed to be Anthony's comeback game since he didn't really play well the last time. So I don't know. I did not think that the Lakers were going to win, even when they were up early on.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that the Warriors were going to somehow miraculously find a way to beat them, and it just kept looking grim. And I said, oh gosh, okay, they're not going to come back and win. So,
yeah. What do you have against Mark Jackson? You know, some people credit Mark Jackson with being the architect of the Warriors as they are currently, for the most part. You know, he had the same team. Of course, they didn't win, kind of like the Tony Dungy thing in Tampa Bay. Same thing. You know, he built a team, then they brought in Gruden, changed some things up.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Kerr is a better coach, I admit, but what has this man done to you? It's like he's Sashi Brown or something, and you just got a personal vendetta against this man.
See, you didn't have to do it. I was trying to be mellow tonight. I wasn't even thinking of Sashi, but you say that name, and he just doesn't sit well with me. But we're not gonna talk about him.
Yeah, we're not. But yes, we let this game slip through our hands.
But how do you come back from 30 some odd points? Like, what was it, 30 something to 8? They outscored them at one point.
Yes.
How do you come back from that?
They did come back. I mean, they actually did. It was a point in time where they cut the lead down to 10 points.
Correct, but they didn't ever cut the lead back down to under double digits.
Because once you take Steph Curry off the floor, they're done. Like, you don't, like, they talk about AD and his up and down play. They can say the same for Klay Thompson. Like, you don't know if you're going to get 30 points out of Klay Thompson in one quarter or if you're going to get 12 points out of him for a game. Draymond Green is a liability on
Yeah.
offense. His defense is waning. I mean,
that
Jordan,
was strong. That was the portion or the part about him that was really good about Draymond is his ability to play defense. So for that to be kind of like on the decline is sad, because then at that point it's like, what do you have to offer? What are you bringing to the table other than liability?
I mean, he did punch Jordan Poole in the face. Now that I'm looking at everything, it may have been warranted. It may have been. What the dude is doing. Listen, they were making a comeback. Jordan Poole got the ball for a wide open three. Now this dude is shoot a three when there's 4 people around him. He has a wide open three and drove to the basket. Now I knew before then we were going to lose this game. When I saw LeBron James playing defense, I said, "Oh, LeBron's playing defense today. We don't have a shot because he's exerting all of his energy."
He didn't look as tired as he did the last time. I don't know if it was just because he was winning, but he didn't look as winded. He did the last game. I'm not saying he looked like he was in his 20s, but he certainly didn't look like he was as spent, so to speak, this game than he did the last one.
Yeah. My thing is, if the Warriors can push this to 7 games, that may become a factor later on. He may become a little more tired as the series goes on. But listen, even in year 20, LeBron James is playing phenomenal basketball. I can't take anything away from him. I know I joke with Rodney and say things about him, but he's unstoppable. For me, it's just that I've never thought LeBron was aggressive enough. Like, it's just times where he should dominate certain people, especially when he has little people guarding him. Take him down low, score. And I understand he can pass, but there's sometimes I just feel like he doesn't need to pass. Even though Anthony Davis is,
he's a question mark for me. Anthony Davis is just
but he's the best player on their team.
Arguably.
No, it's not an argument. He's the best player on their team. Now, performance-wise,
he's not the most consistent. And so when you're talking about the best player on the team, I'm looking at consistency. That's the factor for me too. It's not just how many points you can score. It's not just how many rebounds you can get. It's how consistent can you be game in and game out. So for me, adding the factor of consistency, in my mind, he's not the best player on the team.
Okay. So do you think that the trend continues? Because the only good thing about this series is they play every other day. So, we sit here, lick our wounds. Rodney's going to run his mouth for at least the next 24 hours or so. But it's going to die down.
Great. I don't know if you've talked about the patron and how to sign up and how to become a member and join the Discord, because I'm sure that's going to be awesome these next 24 hours. Brian's going to have a lot to say probably in the Discord.
Yes. If you wish to join the Discord and get in on these conversations that we have nonstop, it seems like sometimes for 24 hours. It's just like 2 o'clock in the morning, message. 6 o'clock in the morning, message that goes all through. But if you want to become a patron, just go to patreon.com/ROUG. You can get some perks. You can request videos. Some of you get a chance to request live streams like the one that we're on right now. Because honest truth, I did not want to be here. I did not want to be here.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I mean, you listen. I did not want to set up a stream knowing that there was a possibility we could lose, because then I would have to get on camera and try to be professional when I'm in my feelings. Because
isn't that the life of a YouTube sports content creator as a whole? Because even apply it to transfer that to the Ravens. You are planning to stream on Sundays, Sunday nights. You don't know if they're going to win. You're going to have to set up a stream prior to Sunday night.
That's a little different, though. I mean, I pretty much know when the Ravens are going to win a game. I pretty much know when they're going to win or lose, so I'm prepared for it. And the thing is, I don't mind my team losing. I have no problems with my team losing. I have a problem with any team losing. It's how you lose. Like game 1, we lost. I can take that. We got outplayed down the stretch. You played your hardest. You kept it close. You lost the game. But when you just start making these mental errors, especially when you're trying to claw your way back into a game, that's when I have an issue. When you just start doing dumb passes, You just going jacking up shots for no reason. And I know that the Warriors jack up shots all the time, but just some of them, just certain people, I should say. DiVincenzo, he should not. There's certain shots he should not be taking. He's not a shooter, nor can he shoot. You know, they're driving in the lane, and even listen, I listen. And none of this is. I can't take any blame off of the stars, like even Steph Curry. It's just sometimes, bro. Listen, I know you are a finisher at the basket, but why do you keep challenging Anthony Davis? Game in and game out, you go down there, you try something, he blocks your shot.
Because he's thinking in his mind, maybe he might be thinking in his mind, this might be the game that Anthony doesn't play well, because it's usually every other game. So I'm going to keep trying. But a lot of what you just said, it to me boils down to the coaches not playing the players to their strengths. And
Sure.
so that's a part of it that the coaches should be, or at least Kerr should have a better handle on each one of his players, what they bring, when, how to maximize their talent and how to get the best out of them, and also recognizing their weaknesses.
Yes. $10 tip from Brodney. He says, great show. I'd love to hear a breakdown of D'Angelo Russell's performance tonight. Thank you, Brodney, for the tip.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And if you want to be awesome like Brodney, there is a pinned link in the comment section where you can donate to the show. It helps the show out. We give back when we can with giveaways, certain other things. And speaking of giving back, and I got you in a minute, Brodney, but speaking of giving back, coming up August 4th of this year, we have a meet and greet scheduled in Howard County, Maryland. Myself, Open Mic with OTR Mike, Chris Just Joking from Deep Cover Podcast, LBHT, Jose and Brodney, Sip the Tally with Coach Evans, and a whole lot more. There'll be some other people there that may surprise you. We're not going to spoil it, but we have that event coming up. You can buy your tickets on Eventbrite if you want to attend. Tickets are limited, so I'm going to let you know that the tickets are limited, but you will come, have fun, meet some people, get some food. Food is included. Non-alcoholic drinks are included as well. We have swag bags, and we have a few giveaways. So if you are interested and you want to meet us and hang out with us and have a good time, this is going to be the event for you. And, I got a little something for y'all.
Did you do that yourself?
I did.
And the music, is that Mr. Galloway?
That is Mr. Galloway from Electric Relaxation. So, make sure you go on over to his channel, check out what he has going on. We are currently right now airing the top 30 greatest rap duos and groups of all time. And this past Friday, we released the honorable mentions. This upcoming Friday, we will be doing 30 to 26, I believe. I think that's what we're doing. So every week this time we're going to release 5 because the episodes are a little bit longer. So make sure you go over there, like, subscribe if you have not, but make sure you go out and get your tickets for the meet and greet event. Have yourself a good time.
Definitely hope to see you all there.
Indeed. He said, all right, D'Angelo Russell. Listen, I think D'Angelo Russell, and I'm going to give a little bit of love to Lonnie Walker the fourth. I think he is the fourth. They came in. Lonnie Walker came in, gave him energy, gave him a couple of buckets. He played great defense. And D'Angelo Russell, he hit some timely shots. Like LeBron, and AD had 21 points, at least a piece. And when you have your 3 superstars playing at that level, it's kind of hard to stop because conversely, on the other side, Steph Curry had 23. He was the only one on the Warriors with 20 points. I think Wiggins was next with 16 and 16, and Clay had 15 points. You can't win like that when your stars aren't out there scoring. They aren't out there producing. I just need to see what's going to happen in the next game if Steve Kerr is going to make those adjustments like they did in game 2. Now, I thought that Jermichael Green was going to come in and be a factor, but he, to me, seems like another Draymond Green clone. I don't know why he got a technical. You know why he got a technical? You know, you're not even playing. What do you get the technical for?
How do you get a technical? I don't know. Yeah. You don't need any more Draymond Greens. You don't need a clone.
I don't know how Steve Kerr deals with Draymond on a day-to-day basis either. But my thing is, I just think that team has a lack of discipline problem. Even when Draymond's off doing his thing, he's acting a fool. You just see Steve Kerr sitting there looking. Like he's not saying anything. He's just sitting there looking. Teammates high-fiving. Like, how do you high-five buffoonery? How do you highlight that? So you're giving him carte blanche to go out there and do whatever he feels. Like Draymond, they call it a foul on you. All right, bruh. It may or may not have been a bad foul. You've been in the league long enough to know if you talk long enough, you say certain things to a ref, they're going to tee you up. And that technical is just going to give momentum to the other team. And game in and game out, he just doesn't learn. So even if we were to win this series and he gets enough technicals, he's going to have to sit out a game because he's an idiot. And he's going to get on his podcast and talk about this and that and not talk about how badly he's been playing. Like, he's not worth the max contract because I think he has a player option coming up for next year, which is 28, 38 mil. And he wants an extension at max player contract. What do you do to deserve a max player contract? For me, and I think tomorrow morning, just for Draymond Green, I'm going to get up a little bit early and I'm going to go out and shoot some hoops. I'm gonna get back on the hardwood floor, shoot some hoops because Draymond should be doing that. He should be every day that he's not doing anything pertinent to his life. He should be on a basketball court shooting a ball. How can you be a professional and in the league for that long and still can't shoot?
Listen, Draymond is like, I am not here for all the shooting stuff. I'm just here to play good defense, which, like you mentioned, has been on the decline as of late. But he's just like, look, I'm not for all the shooting. Like, that's just not what I'm here for.
So this is when you go out and get people that will do that, because that's what happened and I think one of the mistakes that kind of changed the franchise is when they drafted James Wiseman with the number 2 overall pick. He didn't fit the team. Now I know he's playing a little bit better with Detroit. I believe he got traded to. He's been playing a little bit better since he's been traded, but he just didn't fit what this team did. So we need to go in.
Draymond fit the team?
He did. Technically, I mean, he played defense. He handles the ball. He can distribute the ball. He played his role when he needed to. So that's one of the things that gave us that championship DNA, because he played his role. Now his defense is diminished. He's sloppy in his game. He's costing the team. When you start costing your team points, and now we have to put in less experienced guys, because once you get to the playoffs, you kind of lower your rotation of players, where in the regular season you may play 8 to 11 players. Now, once you get the playoff, you may play 7 to 9, possibly. Now you're in foul trouble in the second quarter. Now we got to put in somebody that's not used to being in these situations. And that's when the Lakers go on their run and do their thing. And, Anthony Davis is just, this is the Kevon Looney I said before the series started, when I was like, he can't bang with Anthony Davis. And people were like, are you crazy? He's going to hold his own. He's going to do his thing. I mean, he did. He had a 23 rebound game, but just over the course of it, the athleticism, the deficit between the two is just too great. So I just think they need to do a better job of doing something to get these rebounds, because he's killing us down low. And he didn't even play, a quarter and a half? He had 23 points, something, 10 rebounds.
Right. Brodney's enjoying it, so I don't know if you're a Lakers fan other than Brodney. I don't know who else is in the chat who loves is cheering for the Lakers.
I saw Shug. Shug is a part-time Lakers fan when they're winning. He's really a Boston Celtics fan. But I saw a message pop up on Twitter talking about, in the Discord talking about, I've been really quiet. What do I have to say? Like, am I going to brag that we lost? Because for me, it's me and Coach Evans. Myself, Coach Evans, MDT, we're the only Warriors fans. Ferris is a New York Knicks fan. So it could be worse. Like, every time that you think that your situation could be worse, look at somebody else. I look at the Knicks. I told you, RJ Barrett.
Don't say the Magic. We okay.
Why would we talk about the Magic?
Don't.
They don't make the playoffs.
Just don't.
DDSQ, what's going on? Thank you for stopping.
Just don't.
Don't what? Like,
Don't
listen,
talk about him.
listen,
Don't say mean things.
all right. So, do you think that the Warriors can bounce back in Game 4? Because if they win Game 4, we get back home court advantage.
That's right.
Because we are a terrible road team. I mean, terrible. I think we only won 10 road games.
You asked the question, can they win? There's always a yes to that answer to that question. They can win. Will they? I don't know. I think that largely depends on how Anthony Davis plays. Honestly, I think that like if Anthony Davis has himself a game, probably not. The Warriors probably won't win. But if Anthony Davis just kind of like goes off the grid, yeah, I think the Warriors could do it.
I mean, but we expect those games from Anthony Davis. So that's not what's hurting us. What's hurting us is the D'Angelo Russells, the Lonnie Juniors, even Nakamura, whatever his name is. He didn't even play as well as he had been playing in the playoffs. So, that's something else. It's certain people that haven't been playing well that turned it up this game. I can't lie. I mean, I still haven't seen I'm him since that first game. Since he was that dude that first game, he hasn't even played well. So what happens if he catches fire? What's going to happen then? We need consistent play out of Klay Thompson. We need Jordan Poole to act like he got $100 million contract.
Don't even start talking about Poole. Don't. Just poor thing. Just leave him alone.
Listen.
I'm just saying, I saw a tweet, I think you put up or something where it retweeted, where it said like he showed up to practice after game 1 with a black eye.
Yeah. I was hoping.
No, you were not. That's horrible. I thought he was going to do better.
I've never in my life felt like I wanted to put hands on somebody like that. Like he just looks, because the only reason I say that is because he looks so disinterested. Like when you watch him on the court playing, he's not hustling. He's just lackadaisical with the ball. He's always been wild. Like if you watch him dribble, he always looks like he's out of control.
Yeah, he looks sloppy. I'll say that. He just doesn't look, well put together. Looks like he needs some practice. A lot of it.
Yeah. What's going on, Chris? Hey, I'm not even going to talk about the free throw disparity. I'm not going to talk about that. It's just somehow the Lakers just seem to get all of these calls. Everything goes for them. I don't know what's going on with that. But, sometimes it's like that. I know when I see certain referees, I already know that it's not going to be a good game for us. But still, you have to overcome that with good defensive shooting. And our defense, the one thing that we hold our hat on, has been horrible. We are just not playing people. I've seen dudes standing around, looking around like who are they supposed to defend at times?
Yeah, if your defense can't improve, and by improve I mean within the next day, then I don't think you guys will win.
I mean, we should be rested. We should be rested a lot because
you didn't do much tonight. So I mean, tonight technically was an off day, but
oh, is there a fight tonight? Is Canelo fighting tonight? If it is, so if there is a fight, which I believe that there is a fight tonight, Bradley, Jose, are y'all streaming? Are y'all doing? I think they're doing a Ring Kings podcast. Make sure if there is a fight that you go over to Ring Kings podcast and watch my brothers do their thing. Even for the casual boxing fan, they will school you. It's none of that over the top business. It's none of that, hey, your opinion's wrong. You don't know this. If you don't know, they teach you. And if they disagree, they'll let you know their point of view. Like Ring Kings podcast got me back into boxing. Like I fell out of love with boxing for about 15 years. And because of them, now I'm back into it. I don't know how I feel about seeing Bradley's face now, because he's talking a lot of smack. So
yeah, don't go like disappearing in the Discord. Make sure you show your face in the Discord.
Nah, I think tonight I'm going to bed before 2:00.
Okay.
I never go to bed before 2:00, but
we're about to wrap up the stream shortly, so then you can just hang out in the Discord for the next couple hours, and then let Shug and and Rodney and whoever else is the Lakers fan in the Discord.
Oh, okay. So there is no rankings tonight, but that's not going to stop any of you from going over to the channel, checking out their previous episodes, liking and subscribing. Nothing's going to stop you from that because they have a lot of content. You know, we're trying to get the numbers up. So go over there, give them a shout out, and hit that button.
Speaking of liking and commenting, if you're here, take 2.5 real quick, hit the like button. And if you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes. And if you are just joining us, like I said when I started the stream, yes, this is normally a Baltimore Ravens podcast, but we are making a transition slowly into sports. So we're going to start covering a little bit more of the sports realm versus the Ravens. Now we're going to still give you all of that good Ravens content. Don't be fooled. Don't worry. Lamar signed. So we got a lot to talk about. But one thing that we will not do, you know what I'm saying? I will do anything for sports. But when it comes to baseball, I won't do that.
Oh, you're not covering the Orioles?
I will never cover baseball. Is that still even a real sport?
Yeah, I'm not a big baseball fan, but I mean, to the people that like the sport or enjoy it, they're, you know.
Yeah, okay.
They really love it. So.
Jeremy Miller said, in other news, Bronny is going to USC. Yeah, like I told earlier, he's McCall from Love and Basketball. Imahjbeatz.
Yeah.
He went to USC for a year and went to the Lakers. That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard that, Jeremy. Yeah, he got a verbal commitment today to USC.
You are not new. You are not new. Yes, first. You already know this. We speak about this all the time. We don't cover baseball because nobody likes it. It's not an exciting sport. It's not anything that you watch. I would rather watch hockey. I would rather watch tennis, horse racing, luge, skeet shooting, slap boxing.
Got it. I think we got it. I think we understand.
Thumb wars, rock, paper, scissors, and paint dry. Before I would watch that. And yes, and that's a thank you, Jeremy. That's another thing. You have many of the commentators and announcers dropping the N-bomb constantly. They think that the cameras are off and nobody's watching them and they're still being recorded and they say whatever they say. And the funny part for me with that is it's not like for some of them, they get caught after the fact. They get caught mid game.
Yeah.
And then got to come right back at the commercial break and it's like, oh, y'all heard that? Let me apologize for everything I said. One guy was like, this is probably be the last time y'all hear from me. And it was.
No problem.
I don't know about wrestling MGT. I used to be a big wrestling fan back in the day. Used to love the British Bulldogs and the Road Warriors and the Ultimate Warrior. I used to love them, but then I fell out of love. It became too much more of sports entertainment than actual wrestling, like the skits and you beating up people in the hospital and you showing up at family dinners. I think that just got a little bit out of hand for me. WCW had it wasn't Nitro, it wasn't Raw. Was it Edge, Extra, Rampage? It was a certain era that they called it. You don't know, Yolanda?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. No,
yeah. Don't do boxing, don't do wrestling, I don't do any of that. So I do know.
No, you just do losing franchises in basketball.
No.
Attitude era.
I'm going to talk about Orlando Magic. I'm not doing it.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, you have a guy from my favorite basketball college, Duke.
Yeah.
Banchero.
Yeah, okay.
And not even the magical powers of Duke can turn around the Orlando Magic.
Why don't we just talk about how the Warriors look so depleted tonight?
Listen,
let's do that.
So that is our time because these streams that we're going to do now, we're going to try to structure them a little bit better. We're no longer doing the hour and 50-minute streams.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that tomorrow night. You're saving that for your Sunday night stream.
Nah, that's going to probably be another half hour. I think we're just going to constantly do half-hour streams from now on until the football season starts. Once the football season starts, we may ramp it up a little bit. And, because there'll be a lot more people in here. It'll be more things to talk about. and we'll do that. Yes, Duke players have magical powers first. It's nothing like anything on the West Coast. Those West Coast schools and colleges, we know what happens. Even in football. That's why when I see the Ravens draft somebody from the Pac-12 or somebody from over there, the Mountain West or whatever, I know they're not good players. I know they're not good players. And you can cat for them all you want, but we know better. So we've been
Gators. You talked about your team. Go Gators.
Go who?
Go Gators. University of Florida, go Gators. But I will say this. Shout out to the Florida State Seminoles tonight.
You got to.
No. My nephew graduated tonight from Florida State. And so that's the only reason I'm giving them a shout out, because my nephew graduated just a couple hours ago.
Facts. Brady, you talking about years past. I'm talking about now. It don't work that way now. It's not the same thing. It's not working that way. UCLA had magical powers in the early 90s. That's been faded. It's done. And we know he went to. I said now first. Pay attention to the stream and the conversation that's going on, and not just the words rattling around in your head.
Leave Ferris alone.
That's my guy. All right. We've been here 36 minutes. And like I said, we are trying to get these down to about 30-minute streams. And yes, hanging with Hendo is probably a dead proposition, but we may have some future news and some future things that will actually give you more content and, hang out with us a little more, get some things throughout the week, just not on Saturday nights. But, we're still working on that. And nothing has been finalized. It's still in the works. And once we do it, they're only going to be 4.5 an hour. Like, I'm going to have a timer, and it's going to be a half an hour, and we're out. Yes. Listen, I wish that I could do it, and I didn't mind doing it. I actually liked it. I think for me, it was just a better way of showing all of us the different sides that we have, and not just the sports aspect. It was certain things about certain people that you never knew and that you learn. And, we have the same issues and struggles that everybody else has, but the format just wasn't working right. And doing that content outside of sports was actually hurting the YouTube algorithm for my channel. And that's the real reason. That's the real reason why that we had to discontinue it. Now, could we continue it on another channel with another person? Hint, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon, if you're in here, hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. Big Reg, if you're in here.
So if he starts busting it with Bazel, then are you going to be one of his co-hosts?
If it's called what now?
Bussing it with Bazel. Bussing.
Busting.
Yes. Bussing it with Bazel.
Busting, like sending a bus into something. Bussing rhymes.
Maybe he might bring out his poetry night. Like Brandon said, he's a poet, so he might come out here and.
Well, you did too, so I guess you guys will be.
Nah, that's old. I don't do that anymore.
You never know what might inspire you. Don't never say never.
I'll say never now. So, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
If you are a Warriors fan, keep your head up. Keep your head up. It's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, well, blame it on Hendo, because he's been talking a lot lately about the Warriors. So, tonight he's rather quiet. And I wonder why. But
because I got to hear Brodney's mouth. Point blank, period. Right,
but if the Warriors would have won tonight, wouldn't he have had to hear your mouth?
No, he heard my mouth last game. This time I'd have just kept quiet. It's like, the redundancy of it all.
Oh, when have you ever minded being redundant? You would have been redundant in this instance because you would have been bragging about your team.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Pretty tired tonight. So I was going to take the win.
And not say anything, just good game, and then go to bed?
I'd have probably been like, yes, this is what we do, and then went to bed.
Okay.
All right, facts. It's no need to brag. It's what we expect. We expect the Warriors to win the series. So when it happens,
Oh, you still think the Warriors are going to win the series?
I don't know. I'm shook a little bit. Like,
Oh, no,
I can't even hold you. I'm shook.
I just wanted to make sure that I heard you correctly. So you're saying that even still, you believe that the Warriors are going to win?
I'm shook a little bit. I lost a little bit of confidence. I've lost a little bit of. I can't lie because they've shown me when Steph Curry is not on the court, they looked horrible. They look like the Orlando Magic or the University of Florida.
All right, everyone, take care. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Think for yourself. Formulate some good opinions. Don't worry about conformity and be important with your important selves. Until next time.
Is that what it is? Is that what I say? Huh? I thought it was think for yourself. Formulate your own opinions.
I said that, right?
Never given to conformity.
I said don't worry about conformity and be important with your important selves.
No, that's not it. It's always remember, be somebody important.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
I was practicing.